Hey guys, hope you're well. I'm gonna give you a lovely recipe for halloumi eggy crumpets. It is the most delicious breakfast, brunch, or lunch, and this is a classic recipe from my brand new book, 7 Ways. I've taken the ingredients that you guys buy most weeks. So there's 18 chapters of the most common ingredients that you already have. This one is highlighting and heroing eggs. We're gonna go 1 egg into a bowl, simply whisk it up, and we're gonna hero crumpets. Crumpets are a bit trendy at the moment. Chefs are using them, you know, they're kind of beautiful things. You, of course, could use, you know, bread rolls, a little crostini, whatever you like. Just beat up the eggs like this. And then the brilliant thing about the crumpets is they have these incredible holes, right? And these holes are gonna suck up the eggs, right? And we'll fry those in the pan. At the same time, we're gonna fry just a standard fried egg and we'll cook it perfectly. So I'll put a pan on a medium heat. I'll get a little bit of olive oil and then I'll go, when it's still cold, whole side down, just give it one last little bit of the eggs like that, push it down nicely, and we'll do the most beautiful eggy crumpets. So in that goes. At the same time, we'll get another egg and we'll crack it next to it, like so. So as that comes up to temperature and starts to fry, let me show you how to make the most beautiful salsa. So I've got some nice ripe cherry tomatoes. Just cut them into quarters. If they're a little bit bigger, you can go into eighths if you want. When you're shopping in supermarkets or markets, look for different colored cherry tomatoes and tomatoes. It's always fun to mix it up. So in a bowl, we'll go with the salsa. Of course, to make it into a salsa, we need a few things. A nice pinch of salt to season it. We need a little swoosh of chili sauce. And then a squeeze of lemon or lime. I personally like lime, but you can use either. A nice juicy half goes in like that. And then just give it a nice little mix up and the flavor and juices will come out of the tomatoes. Look at that. Then just grab yourself some coriander, but you could use mint or basil if you wanted to. And we'll put that on top. Don't mix it because we want it to stay really fresh and nice. Avocado. So put your knife into the center of the avocado. You want it to be, of course, nice and ripe. Just twist it. We're gonna take 1/2 and cut it into a quarter. We'll peel off that skin. And then I want you to slice it and 1 centimeter across. Salsa done. Fried eggs are looking pretty good. Let's turn over our lovely crumpet. Look at that. I mean, look, you can do eggy bread and it's lovely. The crumpets just make it so much more exciting. And those little holes there, of course, they're ready to suck up the egg, the salsa, the juices, the oozing egg as well. Amazing. So just flip the egg, give it 10 seconds. Okay, let's plate up these beautiful crumpets. I just put one slightly on top of the other. After about 10 seconds of that egg, just get under it and then flip it. And hopefully we can just bust it. Look at that, yes! Now here's the twist in the story, right? Get yourself your box grater back, get your halloumi, about 8 grams you want, long strokes of your halloumi. Go into the pan, you don't need much. It'll go golden, crisp, bendy, oozy, salty, gorgeous. So just put that on the heat. We can serve up our salsa now. Just get a spoon and mix up the herbs and avocado now. But look at the colors, guys. There you go. You can take the juices and that can all go into your lovely crumpets. And then if you look in the pan, that you've got this halloumi here, and as soon as it goes golden like that, you can literally just tap it onto a board like this, and out it comes. Now, just have a look here. Look at the color of that. It's just really beautiful. And you give it 10 seconds to cool down. And you've kind of got this crazy little nest effect that you can pick up and then put on your beautiful eggs. If you go to your partner or someone you love at the weekend and give them a little bit of that, they're gonna love it. A cool, contemporary, fun, delicious breakfast, brunch or lunch. Gorgeous. One of my 7 ways of the egg chapter in my brand new book, 7 Ways. I hope you love it. So go for it, guys. Have a cook up, enjoy. Hi guys, hope you're well. So I'm gonna give you a recipe for special scrambled eggs. So delicious, so easy. This is one of the recipes from my brand new cookbook, 7 Ways. Now in this cookbook, I really wanted to write the ultimate modern day cookbook. So every chapter is an ingredient that I know most of you guys out there have every week in your fridge. So this is from the egg chapter. Get yourself a big pan, get it on a medium-high heat. I'm gonna start with an onion, get a standard box grater. We're gonna make a really beautiful onion chutney and then a quick onion pickle. So it takes about 5 minutes to do. We're gonna go into the pan with a little olive oil. I'm then gonna go in with most of the onion. Make a really quick little onion jam, just leaving that amount there. I'll go in with some salt, and over the course of a couple of minutes, it's gonna start to caramelize and get really sweet. Over here, I'm gonna do a quick pickle. Just a little tablespoon or two of vinegar will start to kind of pickle and cook, change the onion with a little bit of salt, move it around. You can see it start to change color, that beautiful purple color. So pickle and a nice little jam. So just move the onion and the spice around. Because you've grated the onion, you've given access to the natural sugars, so that will start to almost jamify. As it's doing its magic, I want to go back to the box grater and show you a beautiful way to get the most incredible expression of tomatoes. Now, you can use chopped or tinned tomatoes, and it's delicious, but what you're going to get is a really fresh tomato, sort of greenhousey taste, which I love. So look at that, beautiful tomato pulp, smells amazing. So just push the onion to the side, go in with the tomatoes, that's 2, and I'll grate the next 2 as well. So what we want to do is just cook the moisture away from those tomatoes, and it will happen pretty quickly in a big pan like that. So we'll go in to the pan, and we can turn the heat up now, and just really take that down to be a nice, thick, sort of fresh tomato sauce. And we can mix the onions into that. The flavour will be extraordinary, and that won't take long at all to get thick and delicious. So look, as that does its magic, I've got 2 rolls here. So I've got 2 nice brioche buns. You could use any bap or roll you like. And then we want 4 nice, large, free-range eggs. Look at the yolks. Beautiful. And then all I want to do is get a fork and mix that up until it's nice and smooth, no bits. And then if you look in the pan, very quickly, those beautiful ingredients have cooked down to kind of like a homemade chutney. Push the tomatoes to one side, and then I'll get my buns and push it into the pan. It will pick up some of those tomatoes, and that will kind of like catch and sort of char into the buns. And we want to bring these back to temperature and get them nice and golden. So look, as that's doing its business, I'm gonna use coriander, literally just cut off the top, nice and easy. Use the stalks for another dish. So look, let's check the buns. Let's have a little look. Look at that, nice. I'll take some of that tomato and I'll spread it on like that. Look how shiny it is and delicious. It smells amazing already. So I'll put this here. It's just fun, easy, and exciting. And then with the coriander, just be single-minded about it. Straight in there, quite a lot of it. Then just grab the buns. The heat from the bun will start to wilt the coriander. And now you can see I've left a little bit of that tomato in there. It's catching a little bit. I'm doing that on purpose, okay? So the lid on here like that. All I'm gonna do now is cut this bun. In we go. Homemade spiced tomato chutney, you know, loaded with coriander. Now it's actually off the heat at the moment. There should be enough residual heat in this pan to cook those eggs beautifully. So we want the scrambled eggs, in my opinion, to be delicate, rippled, little silk sheets of gorgeous, curdy scrambled eggs. Get your spatula again. I'm just gonna grab one side, and can you see how it just kind of pulls in? And as it looks like it's cooking, I kind of start to move it to one side, and that slows down the cooking. See in there, we've got little caught bits of tomato, you know, it's silky soft, nice cooked bits, little ribbons. That will be a thing of joy. So the scrambled egg is done. Get just a little bit of this garam masala and sprinkle it from a height. We can just take a nice load of pickle and put that on the eggs. And the juices, that little bit of vinegar also is joyful, something a bit different. Get yourself a little bit of the old bun. Texture, crispy, soft. The gorgeous flavours in there. In with the egg, bit of the old pickle. Eye it up. Wink to the missus. So there you go, guys. What a fantastic little recipe. There's 7 recipes in every chapter, celebrating a great everyday ingredient that you've probably got already. I hope you like the book, and go on, have a go at that. Get cooking, have fun, and
Hello,
enjoy.
you lovely people. Right, I'm in my test kitchen at work, where I am pretty much every day writing and developing. I'm with my main man, Santi, in the background, who we've worked together for so many years. It's unbelievable, 20 years. So look, we're gonna do some eggs, simple baked eggs. A brilliant alternative to your usual fried, scrambled or poached eggs. It's always nice to have another egg recipe. They're so quick. And it's a really nice sort of thing just to kind of get you into that sort of breakfast, weekend, brunch kind of vibe. And what I'm gonna do is just show you the basic preparation. So look, first up, get yourself a little dish. Get some butter and just rub it around the edge. This is for a straight baked coddled egg. Now, of course, you can season it But that also means you could put spice in it. It could be some curry powder. Think kind of like Indian eggs, or remove that. You could have like truffles if you're in France, a little bit posh. So essentially, rub it with butter and then get your eggs and you bake it. Cook it pretty much as you would any other egg that you like. If you like it cooked through, cook it through. If you like it a little soft, cook it soft. So you can whack these in the oven and you can keep an eye on them and you can just kind of like touch them and see how they're doing. But this is your basic coddled egg. This one, Santi, we can just whack that straight in the oven. If you want, you can get a little bit more adventurous. So what does that mean? Well, you could use things like avocado. You could use things like cherry tomatoes. You could use things like mozzarella. So, okay, let's do an Italian coddled egg. Let's do that. So I'm gonna grab a nice dish. We're not gonna use butter, we use olive oil. We'll have a little rub up, salt and pepper again, nice. Then we're gonna go some lovely eggs. On the story of eggs, of course, you could have beautiful goose eggs, chicken eggs. You can use the little quail eggs, the ones down here, really, really nice. These are duck eggs here. Look at the size of those, beautiful. So these will take about 4 minutes, 5 minutes in the oven. And then what I want to do is just pair these up with the classic combo, right? So beautiful cherry tomatoes. We'll cut those in half. So the eggs are only going to cook for like, let's say 4 minutes. So you need to think about that when you're putting anything with it. So the cherry tomatoes, if you think they won't get cooked enough, you can go into quarters. Then mozzarella, that'll probably ooze in 4 minutes, nice. So in we go with the beautiful cherry tomatoes. We can take a little mozzarella and just a little bit, we'll just put little bombs of mozzarella in and around this. But for a Sunday brunch, that in the middle of the table, just heat a ciabatta up, you know, maybe some prosciutto, maybe a little Prosecco. Come on, it's Saturday, it's Sunday, it's the weekend. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's what I'm trying to get out of this little session is the idea, instead of frying, scrambling, or poaching eggs, there is other things. And then even simple things like chili. If you like to spice it up a little bit, very, very nice. We'll go in with some olive oil, crack in those eggs, over the top with the chilies, bold, brave. They're not particularly hot, but they look amazing. And then the avocado. So avocado is fantastic cooked. Just slice it up, a little bit of lime juice gives it a fantastic flavor. And that in and around our eggs, beautiful. And literally whack that under the grill until it's cooked to your liking. So these are just ideas, guys. So think about things you like, have fun with it. So we got the first one done from under the grill. Have a little look at that. See the avocado's got some nice color there. A few bits of coriander over the top. By the way, baked avocado is incredible. Simple coddled egg, nothing else. You can see how elegant that is. We've got our lovely Italian one here with the melting mozzarella, the tomatoes. Finish that with marjoram, just colorful, exciting. So there you go, guys. That is simple baked eggs. It's just exciting, it's fun, but most importantly, it's the tip of the iceberg. What would you do? What's your favorite combination? Put it in the comments box below. Until later, lots of love from me and the one and only Brazilian banana, Santos! I'm gonna show you how to make beautiful French toast, but I'm gonna give it a massive twist. We're going savory, not sweet, and I'm thinking breakfast, brunch, lunch, a snack. This is a dish that makes me so happy because it's easy, it looks amazing, and people just love it. What we're gonna do is go with the normal kind of eggy French toast vibe. So I've got some lovely free-range eggs here. Look at these gorgeous colors. Then I've got some crumpets. Now you can use white or brown bread, but actually crumpets are amazing. And the thing I love about these is the holes. And the question is, what goes in the holes? So I'm gonna put one egg into a bowl. As usual, a little pinch of pepper, but I'm gonna spice it up with a little chili. So finely sliced, just a teaspoon, that's all you need. They will go into the holes of the crumpet and give you a little surprise. In we go with the chili. So I'm gonna show you how to make this for one, but of course, you can times it by 2, 3, 4. We'll grab our crumpet, and if you look at the texture of that, it's spongy, it's got the holes. That will go in to that egg. So just move that around and let that just soak up all the beautiful chili egginess. Now, I want to get a pan on a medium-high heat. And then I want 2 lovely rashers of smoked bacon or pancetta, right? so you've got the lovely savory crispiness. And we'll get it in the pan and we'll let the natural fat render out, and that will be the beginning of flavor to cook the beautiful crumpet in. So as that comes up to the heat, I want to show you the best little hack ever. The best little hack, right? Get yourself a liquidizer, get yourself a jar of regular jalapenos in, jalapenos? I don't know how to say it properly, but you know what I mean, jalapenos. Get yourself a regular jar of jalapenos in vinegar, right? Put the whole thing in your liquidizer. Grab yourself a little half bunch of mint. Mint and chili are best friends. Simply rip off the top like that, okay? So you can keep those stalks for boiling potatoes or whatever you want. Go in with the mint, just put the lid on and simply wazz it up. Noisy, but immediately we've got a little salsa that we can use on all kinds of cooking. Look at the color of it, it's brilliant. But also we can pour it back into the jar, whack it in the fridge, and that is a brilliant, brilliant thing. So, cheat salsa, done. Let's turn the lovely bacon. The important thing here is the fat has come out, and that'll be the thing that flavors our lovely French toast crumpet. The twist in the tail is Parmesan, right? You can use cheddar cheese if you want, but get a fine grater and do long strokes into a pan, just a little bit bigger than the crumpet itself, right? Then go in with our amazing crumpet on top of the cheese. The little bit of leftover egg we can put on there like that. Let me show you the quickest, easiest little kind of salad ever. Just a couple of little tomatoes, avocado, run your knife around it, click it out, a nice ripe one. So just slice up a quarter of that avocado, and I'm gonna dress that with a tiny pinch of salt, a little bit of lemon juice or lime, kiss of olive oil, tiny bit. If you want to put a few more herbs through there, so we can go just a few leaves with the mint. So look, you can see this is at about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, right? But what I want to do, and be confident with this, and even if you do it wrong, it doesn't matter, right? Because it's still going to be delicious. I use a palette knife just to push. Can you see how the melted cheese just starts to move? Like a little skirt. Get this under and pull it up. As you pull it up, this happens, right? Come and have a little look. Right, that's what I call a crown. This is the funkiest, coolest French toast ever. You literally let it cool for 20 seconds and then just gently turn it over, right? For me, this is what brunch is about. It's like being interesting, not boring. The only thing I like to do now is just crack a little egg into here as an optional. Little pinch of pepper. So let's serve this up because this is really good fun. So look at that. Here is our royal French toast with a crown. So I'll whack that onto a plate. I've got the smoky bacon cooking here. And again, as that cools down, it will kind of stay set in that round kind of shape. I'll just dress the avocado, mint and tomatoes like that. With the egg, it's been very, very simply cooked. Just get under it and we're just gonna flip it, okay? Just leave it for a second. Then we go to our lovely chili sauce. Simply just put a nice little pile like that. Gorgeous. You can just run your spoon just down it like that. And that egg, I'll just cook nicely, you know, just so it's kind of oozing. So I'll stab it with a fork, give it a little push. Come on, yes, you know it. Bacon on top. Maybe take a bit of the bacon and kind of crumble it over the top. That is gonna eat so well. Come on, man. Look at that. My twist on French toast. Crumpets rock. Right, let's get in there. I'm salivating. The Parmesan works with the eggs. The chili works with the Parmesan. Everything just links. So good, so easy, and so much fun to make. Enjoy. I'm gonna show you how to make this delicious thing. It's like a little gift from me to you. It is like a spongy bagel with crispy sausage, and in the hole, there's a beautifully coddled egg, bursting with joy, and a little bit of cheese, a little bit of sauces, and that is a thing of joy. Now, this very technical recipe that's been developed over a lot of hours is, how can we say? It's one of those dishes that you use when you've been studying really hard in the library all night and you get home a little bit worse for wear and you need something. You've got the munchies, right? So I'm gonna make it real time, cold pan. I've just got a pan up. I've got a lid for the pan. You could use a tray or tin foil. Put it on a medium-low heat.
I have a bagel. Of course you can use some regular, like, bun or toast. Just cut a little hole in the middle, right? Or rip it. Like the bagel, I'm gonna take a little vulnerable sausage, a nice sausage. The better the sausage, the better it will be. Just gonna squeeze the sausage out of the skin like that and squeeze it or push it onto the top of the bagel. I know what you're thinking, is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it. What we're gonna do is stick sausage to bagel, and thus doing that, create a vessel that can contain egg. I can't mention anything really positive in nutrition in this at all. There's no veg, there's no dairy. It's just protein and carbohydrates and sauce, which means vinegar and sugar, but it will put a smile on your face. So there is always a recipe for everything, and this is definitely that. So in the pan, we're gonna go. So that will just heat up. Press your bagel down. Notice that I'm washing my hands. Hygiene's very important in this recipe. What we're going to start doing is rendering the fat from the sausage. As it renders, it will go golden and delicious and crispy. So, you can use your ears. Hear that in the distance? Frying. Now, what you might be thinking is, as you look at that vulnerable bagel sitting there in the pan, is that hole big enough? So if you need to expand the hole, you can just pinch it with your thumbs, right? And press down. So can you see how I've made that hole bigger? Beautiful. So what we've created is a sausage encased bagel vessel, and that vessel will hold this lovely egg. I've washed my hands. I can take that bagel and I can just rub it up against the side. This is very fun. Egg is going to be cracked artistically into the middle. Look at that. I know what you're thinking. Genius. Why couldn't I have thought of that? Well, it took me hours. 35 years of cooking, and this is where we've got to, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to put now a little bit of water in the pan, right? And if you happen to be having a beer, a little bit of beer isn't a problem. I don't know why you'd have a beer at 2 in the morning, but if you happen by luck to have one in your hand, you just go, oof, like that. But you can see what we've done here. We've created steam. That steam is going to soften the bun and kind of create this humidity that starts to coddle the top of our egg. It's going to be a beautiful thing.
If you're enjoying this, then please click the like button and give us some love, and don't forget to subscribe. Oh, and remember to turn on that notification bell so you know what's happening. Now, back to the recipe.
So at this point in this challenging recipe, I'm going to take some cheese that I found locally in the fridge. So I'm going to take half of that cheese and plug that hole. Then get a little fish slice, get under the sausage and a nice confident little flip like that. And then on that beautiful golden sausage, we can add some of the rest of this cheese. And then pat that down. And we're going to cook that on a low heat for about 3 or 4 minutes. So this is nearly there. Let's serve up. Now, if you're going to serve up, go big or go home. Get yourself some sauce. Normally at 2 in the morning, I can't really think what sauce to have because it's a big decision, isn't it? Do you go brown or do you go red or do you go mustard? Who knows? You could do all three, of course. I'm always feeling a little bit romantic at night, so a nice little heart is what I'm going for. Just bejeweled with brown sauce because I can. So now, the moment of truth. Gas off. You could, of course, do a few of these at a time. Serve it up to your favourite person of all the years cooking. That is what I give to you. You might think I've gone completely mad, but there is a logic to this mighty recipe. This is a public service recipe because it might not be Michelin star, but what you do get is crispy golden pork sausage in a bouncy steamed bagel with oozy egg cooked to your liking and oozy cheese with crispy bits, plus a little bit of sauce. Time to get in there. Oh, let's go for the quarter. I'm not suggesting that you would share this with anyone. No,
But what I am suggesting is you can pick up this little bit of magic. That is just a perfect little equation of deliciousness. Hi guys, hope you're well. Okay, today we're gonna do something very challenging. We are gonna learn, I'm gonna teach you how to boil an egg. Yes, you heard it right, boil an egg. Now, a lot of people kind of get confused with this. I don't know why. A lot of people have conversations about how they do it best, and there's some very strange methods of doing it. So I thought I would give you a rock solid, perfect way to boil an egg every single time in, time out. So let's just kind of talk through the variants and how to get it perfect. If you want to cook the perfect boiled egg every single time, you need the same size egg. So you'll get different size eggs in the supermarket. You'll get large, medium, sometimes small, and sometimes double yolkers. So this is for a large free range organic egg. So we have a pan of boiling water. To that pan, I'm going to add a tiny, tiny, tiny pinch of salt. Why would we do that? Because inside this egg is a tiny, tiny amount of salt. So one of the theories about not having your boiled egg crack and then leak everywhere is to put a tiny bit of salt to kind of balance the amount in here, and then it doesn't try and osmose it through the shell, okay? Now, on that conversation, the shell is the most incredible natural protection from the egg. So you don't want to put it in the fridge, A, because they don't need to go in the fridge, and B, it's very porous. So this will suck up any smells in the fridge, which is probably not a good thing. So that goes in with a slotted spoon, pop it in the water, and just dip the egg in and out 2 or 3 times, and then gently place it on the bottom of the pan. So from room temperature, they go into boiling water. I'm going to put 3 eggs in and 1 for luck. That's for soft boiled, semi-soft boiled, and hard boiled. So for soft boiled, it's 5.5 minutes on the head. So set your timer and get ready to go. For semi-soft boiled, it's 7.5 minutes, and for hard boiled, it's like 11 to 12 minutes. So as simple as boiling an egg is, there's lots of different people's techniques, some logical, some completely illogical. I've heard people swear by methods of putting eggs into a pan of cold water, bring it to the boil, and then turn it off as soon as it comes to boil and they're ready. It depends on the size of the pan, it depends on the power of the gas or the heat source. You know, it's really random. So doing this, like boiling water, is not random, okay? Having an egg roughly at room temperature, give or take, is not random. So we put it in there, soft boiled, 5.5 minutes, semi-soft boiled, 7.5 minutes, hard boiled, 11 to 12 minutes. Perfect. Okay, lovely people, so the first egg is done. This is our 5.5 minute egg. What I tend to do is make sure you put it up the right way. Yes, this is very hot, by the way. There is a round side and a sharper side. So I always go the sort of blunter side up. So that is our 5.5 minute egg. If you leave that in the shell and just watch it, it will carry on cooking. That shell is like a mini oven, right? So you want to kind of get on with it and eat it. So I'm just gonna crack off the top, and there you go. A really nice soft boiled egg, cooked to perfection, absolutely lovely. So the second egg has had 7.5 minutes. This will give you a medium soft boiled egg. So if we have a little look in there you go. Half firm, half soft, absolutely beautiful. Okay, so this one has had 11 minutes, and that should be our reliable hard boiled egg. Perfect for sandwiches, salads, stuff like that. The best way to test is with a soldier, as we call it, a little bit of toast. Lovely. So there you go, guys, a little pinch of salt on top, and that is a beautiful, simple, humble boiled egg, cooked to perfection every single time. Absolutely beautiful.